Hello everyone, welcome back. It's me, Helene, and this is Cabin Fever Crochet. However, today I bring to you a little something different. It's one of those cool, rainy, cozy kind of fall days, and I thought I would make some chili today. Now my husband is an awesome cook, and he does the majority of the cooking. I like to bake, and that's more my thing. And, you know, I cook now and then. I make pretty good breakfast and certain things that I do. And I like to use kind of simple but whole foods. And yes, you see cans here, but we do generally eat very little processed foods. And then the things that are, I'm pretty particular about them, the ingredients, what kind of preservatives or no preservatives that are in it preferably, but I know there has to be something so it, doesn't kill you. But anyway, I just want to show you one of my versions of chili that I have going on. That's what we're going to have today. And this one's going to be a 3-bean, and you can use any combination of beans. I like to make my beans from scratch, from the dry beans, and let them cook, and I'll put the different varieties in. But we always keep a good stock of canned goods here, especially in the winter. That's a must. So I pulled from that stock, and I'm using today, this is, they're all organic. And I'm using 1 can of pinto beans, 1 can of kidney beans, and 1 can of Great Northern white beans. Black beans would be great in it, but and I often do that. So I use the full can. My husband's not a lover of kidney beans, so I did drain most of the water from this one and use the beans, but I use the water and everything. I don't add tomato sauce. We put fresh tomatoes instead, just because for me the tomato sauce, it just makes it way too acidic, and I don't do real well with a lot of acidy type foods, and I have food allergies and things, and too much acid, certain types of foods can be migraine triggers also. So I skipped that. I thought we had 2 tomatoes. I probably would have put maybe 1.5, but I put a full tomato in. I already have the tomato and the beans in the pot, and I buy all, if not as much as possible, organic fresh produce too. And I'm putting 1 whole green bell pepper, and if you like that sweet and savory mix, and which I would have put maybe 1/2 of a red or a yellow or orange, doesn't matter, one of those, are all, have similar sweetness. I thought we had them. But I just remembered I do have the tricolor frozen ones, so I'm going to pull those out and throw a few in. But I put 1 whole pepper, and I meant to get some Anaheim chilies, or otherwise known as Ortega chilies, give great flavor. They're usually very mild, so I don't have that, but I did pick up some fresh cilantro, and I'm going to dice that, and I just put about 3 or 4 sprigs of it, stems and all, and I'm going to put this all in there for flavor, chop it up, let that cook down. And you can also, yes, I know this is not a culinary professional way of chopping, but it's how I do it, and it's comfortable for me, and it gets the job done. The food tastes the same, whether I'm doing it fancy way or chop. Some people do this chop. That just doesn't work for my hands. So, and then at the end, if you like fresh cilantro when it's all done, then you can chop some up and sprinkle some on top as well. And on the stove top, I have cooking my bell pepper, which is done, along with the meat. And you can make this vegetarian if you are and you don't want the meat. But I always brown the meat first, and some of the vegetables too. I actually accidentally overcooked the bell pepper here, so I'm going to add some more just fresh, non-cooked to the pot. And so by cooking the meat first, You can drain your grease afterwards. As you can see, there's plenty of it here, but I get a nice sear on it. And if it's chicken, I make sure the chicken's cooked real well first, so it browns it, brings out the flavor, and it keeps the meat from getting that rubbery texture when you're basically boiling it in whatever mixture that you have going on. So I always pre-cook that first. And today I'm using nitrate-free natural hot dogs with no hormones, antibiotics, and all that good stuff. And you can get them in turkey, you can get them in, this happens to be a beef. And I found some at Trader Joe's by Hebrew National. And because hot dogs, this isn't something that I eat very often, and there is a lot of sodium already in it, so I'm not going to add any additional salt. I think that'll be plenty. So I'm going to drain the grease off of that, add that to my pot, and then let's see, as far as spices go, add some ground black pepper, and if I had just regular meat or no meat, I would definitely add a little bit of salt. I don't like things ultra salty, but I either use one or the other, or I mix. I like the Himalayan pink sea salt, and I really like this Redmond's Real Natural Salt. It's very interesting. Central Utah and Native Americans found a mineral-rich salt deposit from an ancient sea. And I like this. It's not real salty like, say, your traditional Morton salt. It just adds very good flavor. Okay, and a little bit of minced garlic, ground cumin, marjoram, little bit of oregano. Now on those three, the cumin, marjoram, and oregano, I suggest going real light and easy on that, because those spices can overpower, take over very, very quickly, and they're pungent, and then that's all you taste. And I just like a melding mix of flavors, but I want the food to stand out, and not all I taste is spice. So I like all the different kind of flavors to come through. And then you can add some paprika, and you can get dried chili peppers, or you can get a chili powder that has a lot of these ingredients already in that. And season to taste. I go pretty easy on the seasonings, because I just don't do real well with spicy foods anymore. So then my husband, he can just add whatever he wants. And then for you, some snacking food while you're cooking. And for thickening, what I use, I like a lot of the Bob's Red Mill products. And this is organic. This particular one is a medium ground cornmeal, non-GMO. Maybe a tablespoon or so. Once that's cooked down a little, and I'll add that to the mixture, and it really helps to thicken it up. And that's going to depend on how much liquid you have, what you put in there. If you like tomato sauce, go for it. So when it is all finished, I'm going to show you. And you can put a little dollop of sour cream. You can add some fresh avocado on top, which was my plan, but it's not ripe, so I'll have to skip that. And you can put melted cheese if you like. If you can do dairy, you can add that to it. So that's really pretty much it. It's like 10 minutes to prepare. Maybe a little longer if you're cooking some meat, but chop it all up. That's what takes the longest, is the chopping part, rinsing of the produce. But to me, it's just like 10-15 minutes. I am what I call myself the one dish wonder. If I can throw everything in one pot, like a tuna casserole, I do pretty good burritos, enchiladas, things like that. And this chili is great if you just like crackers on the side or just as is. It's good with tortillas. Would be great with like a crusty loaf, a baguette, plain, or you can even make garlic bread out of that and put that together. Yeah, I'm actually a pretty good barbecuer too. And I have lighting a fire down pretty well. Yeah, we just use a just regular plain wood burning grill when we barbecue. And when we lived in California, we would use oak, red or white oak. And boy, to use that good hardwood, that red oak gives amazing flavors. But we don't have that here. So yeah, so that's that. I'm going to add these bell peppers. I'm going to see if there's anything else in the fridge that I missed that I can find and toss in there that I think would be pretty good. You know, and as I'm standing here, I'm talking about bread and I'm holding the bag of cornmeal, I'm thinking, ooh, what better to go with chili than cornbread. I wanted to tell you that I have this really good gluten-free cornbread recipe. The creator also has a YouTube video on this, and she is Gluten-Free Gigi. G-I-G-I. That's it, and I will see you in just a few. I'm going to put some in a bowl so you can see all its deliciousness put together. So what do you think? Cornbread came up nice and crisp on the top and moist on the inside. I really like using stoneware for that reason, and everything cooks evenly. So if you burn it, it's going to be burned equally on the inside as it is on the outside. And I was going to tell you also on the cornbread, if you like it with a little kick, try it sometime if you haven't already with jalapeno and sharp cheddar cheese. Mwah! It is excellent. And if you want to go really wild, little bit of bacon in there too. Not too much or it's going to overpower and that's all you'll taste. But in the same token, it's why the kind of the hot dog thing, it gives it a nice smoky flavor to that. But you can make it however you like it. I just wanted to show you kind of what I did today. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.